Hello everyone, welcome back. This is going to be an update video where I talk about some of the things that were discussed and shared by the school, by Uplift Luna, on April 9th and 10th. And these changes are going to start on April 13th, so Monday. Hopefully that's the same day that you are watching this video. Some of the things that we're going to be talking about include everything that's on the screen. So the new changes to the schedule, the new scholar expectations, updates to the grading policy, specifically some of the changes for my course for Algebra 1, and just some other notes that didn't necessarily fit anywhere else. All this information can be found on the COVID-19 website. You could go there by clicking right there, or there's also a link in the description below. Let's start by talking about the new schedule and expectations. In case you weren't aware, we will be continuing remote learning until the end of the 2019-2020 school year, meaning that we will not be returning to school physically. Instead, we're going to finish off the school year the same way that we've been going on the last few weeks through remote learning, meaning that we'll be doing assignments through Schoology and you'll be completing IXL assignments for my class. As you can see on the screen, there are 4 more weeks left. There is this week right here, the April of the 13th to 17th, and the last week is technically going to be May 8th. There's still 1 more week after that, but I'll tell you more about that later. Starting on Monday, you will begin to receive grades in PowerSchool for the work that you are submitting in your classes. You will be required to submit 1 assignment for every class every week. Therefore, you will have a total of 8 assignments per week to turn in via Schoology, and these assignments will be due on Fridays. So let me explain that number 8, where it says that you will have 8 assignments. And let me show you this because it might help you understand what I mean. So before, you were only taking 5 classes. This time, in order to give you credit for those other classes, we are required to also offer them to you, meaning that you also need to complete assignments for those classes if you would like to pass for the semester. You do not have to complete your assignments in this order. This is just to make sure that you aren't stressing yourself out and hopefully don't leave everything to the last minute. So on Mondays, we recommend that you take English and PE and art if you have that. On Tuesdays, humanities, so that means history and science. So for most of you, that's going to be biology. Wednesdays will be math, so Algebra 1 with me, and then reading. Notice that you have a reading and English class, so you are expected to do assignments for both of those classes, and each class should have a different page on Schoology. On Thursday, you'll be doing Spanish and interpersonal studies. That's just the ProfCom course. And then on Fridays, that will still be tutoring and community meetings. There's one more thing that I need to make sure that you absolutely know, and that is this, the part that's in red right here. You will not be able to earn semester 2 credit without submitting the remote learning assignments via Schoology, which means that if you want to get credit for this semester, for semester 2, you need to complete your assignments here. If you don't complete these assignments, then you are risking not moving on to the next grade next school year. You're risking having to do summer school or some other assignments in order to pass. Again, you do not want this, so you need to complete these assignments. We understand that there are things that might prevent you from completing these assignments. We know that some of you still don't have internet access. We know that some of you might have other things going on. If you need any help, or if you still need to figure out how to log into Schoology, it is very important that you communicate with us as soon as possible. If we don't know what's going on, we can't help you. We want to help you. We want to help you learn. We want to help you pass to the next school year, but we can't do that if you don't talk to us. So let us know. Reach out. Next, let's talk about grading. Your assignments will be graded using the following scale. So depending on the quality of the assignment that you turn in, you're going to receive one of these grades for those assignments. So for example, if you show that you are above grade level, you are well prepared for the next course, you will earn 100% for that assignment. If he shows that you are at grade level or that you might just need a little bit of support in order to be successful in the next course, you will be receiving an 85. A 70 means that you are approaching grade level. That is the bare minimum. You might be successful for a next course with a lot of support, but in all honesty, this is not where you want to be. This is barely passing, but it is still passing. And then 55. If you submit work but it shows that you didn't really try, or we can't tell that you actually understood what we were trying to teach you, then you will earn a 55, which is a failing grade. Then last but not least, a 0. If you don't complete any of this work, we will have to enter a 0 in for that assignment. However, if you do have to turn something in late, you need to ask for an extension on that assignment, meaning that you have to communicate with your teacher either via Schoology or via Remind, whatever way you communicate with your teacher. You need to talk to them. Otherwise, they will be entering zeros. And if you need any help, there's also tutoring. Every teacher should have tutoring at least 3 times a week. If you don't know when your teacher is offering tutoring, go ahead and click here or go ahead and find the link down below. Next, let's talk about Algebra 1. Here are the topics that you're going to be reviewing for the next 4 weeks. So for this week, you're going to be reviewing rate of change. Next week, you're going to be comparing linear equations and their key characteristics. On the third week, you'll be reviewing equivalent expressions. So that's like combining like terms and distributing. And then for the last one, the most important skill that I need to make sure that you know before you move on to the next grade is solving equations. Again, if you can't solve equations, you probably won't be successful in the next class. So I need to make sure that you know how to do that skill. I need you to prove it to me. For more information on these assignments, check out Schoology or PowerSchool. You can find the details for all of these assignments on there. And as a reminder, I do have tutorings on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 1 to 1:40 on the Zoom app. If you don't have the Zoom app, go ahead and download it. And if you have any questions, please come talk to me. Here are some final notes. The week of May 11th to May 15th, that's going to be the week that we as teachers finalize your quarter 4 grades. For those of you that finished before May 11th, well, first of all, thank you for doing things on time. I will be posting additional practice work for you to keep pushing yourself. You don't have to do it, it will be optional, but it will be there. If you still don't complete your work by the 11th, you will still have some time. So if you need to, use this week as a week to make up some of that work. That way you still get credit. Some of you might be asking, but mister, what about all the work that I completed the last few weeks? Don't worry, you're still going to get credit for that. The scholars who completed those assignments during the last few weeks will receive a 10% extra credit towards their quarter 4 grade. To be clear, that means that you completed all of it. If you did some of it, I will still give you some of that credit, but in order to get the full 10%, you need to have kept up with all the assignments that I posted. If you still want to earn that 10% extra credit, go back to Schoology and finish some of those assignments. Again, everyone, if you have any questions, if you need any help at all, please feel free to contact me either by sending me an email, sending me a message on Remind, or just sending me a message through Schoology. There's a bunch of different ways that you can get in contact with me. That's it. Please be productive. You will not pass the semester if you don't do this work. It is that important. So if you have questions, please let me know, and I'll see y'all next time. Take care, everyone.